Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree and today I'm pissing off everybody. Or a lot of people. So I'm not going to get into the weeds here, but I am going to talk a little bit about the Wizards of the Coast Paizo situation. So a little backstory and then I'll get into my opinions on this whole situation. So Paizo is a publisher of role-playing games and products who started out working with Wizards of the Coast on Dungeons and Dragons products, and some of the founders of Paizo worked for Wizards of the Coast in the past. Wizards of the Coast made a name for themselves when they took over TSR Inc. in 1997 and launched Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition in the year 2000, and then revamped it in 2003 with 3.5 edition. 3.5 edition was so impactful that when Wizards replaced it with 4th edition, which sucks and people hate, rightfully so, Paizo stepped in, utilizing the OGL license. They launched their own 3.5 edition, some call 3.75 edition, called Pathfinder, which took on a life of its own, side by side, Dungeons and Dragons. Earlier this year, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, their parent company, got into some trouble when they pissed off fans when they were talking about revamping the OGL, the Open Gaming License, to basically fuck everybody who made OGL content, including Paizo and other third-party developers. As a response to this, Paizo launched Pathfinder 2.0, and then as a response to the fan backlash, Wizards did something no company has ever done. They gave up their IP. They put it out there public domain. They just said, here, it's yours. Now, it's not technically public domain per se, but they put it under the Open Gaming License. The Open Gaming License, they put it under the GNU. Or not GNU. The, what's it called? Anyways, they released it. They released it to the public, and they published the entire document online. You can get access to the entire SRD now for free, and you can use it in perpetuity, forever until the end of time. This is huge. This is tremendously huge. As a response to this, Paizo decided they can't just leech off of Wizards forever, so they started working on their own gaming system separate from that, doesn't utilize the OGL at all. It's a unique system. Now here's where I want to talk about. Paizo has made their fortune off of D&D content. Freely licensed D&D content that they were able to use because of the OGL. They owe Wizards a debt of gratitude. They should not be flipping Wizards the middle finger. They should be hugging Wizards and thanking them for their success, because they would not be successful if Wizards hadn't created the OGL in the first place. Without the OGL, there would not have been a Pathfinder, and it would not have been a success if they had created their own system back in the day, because it would have been too different and people would have been like, what the fuck is this? So that's where I stand. I am pro Wizards of the Coast and pro Dungeons and Dragons. Not necessarily pro Hasbro, but I'm a Transformers fan, so, Hasbro does have my attention and they get my money either way. That being said, we are on the cusp of a major change in the way Wizards of the Coast does business with 6th edition, or what they're calling D&D Beyond, or whatever, D&D Now. That's another video for another day. That hasn't even officially formally launched yet, so I can't really talk about it right now. Anything anyone says about it is pure speculation, and I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach. And yes, I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach on Paizo and see if their system can get a foothold in the market, or if people are going to say, you know what, we liked Pathfinder because it was D&D, basically, and we don't want something that's different because we just wanted D&D without giving money to Wizards for whatever reason. Here's where I stand. I already have all the editions of D&D I need or could ever want. I have basic, I have first edition, second edition, third edition, 3.5 edition, fourth edition, fifth edition. I have it all. I even have Pathfinder. I don't need another edition of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm good. I may, in the future, dabble in some of those third-party RPGs if I choose to, including other Pathfinder-like editions. But for the most part, I'm happy with what I have. I will be taking a wait-and-see approach with the D&D Beyond or 6th edition or 5.5 edition or whatever they end up calling it, or whatever the fans end up calling it. Because 5th edition isn't really called 5th edition. It's just Dungeons & Dragons to Wizards of the Coast. It's the Forever Edition. And for me, it is my Forever Edition. I have no reason to go on beyond it. So if you are a Paizo fan, let me just point out to you that Paizo wouldn't exist without Wizards of the Coast and their very generous open gaming license. And Dungeons & Dragons wouldn't be as popular as it is if Wizards hadn't breathed new life into it. If they had just let TSR go out of business, it would have been forgotten. It would have just been lost to time, and we would have had whatever came in its place. Which may have been Vampire the Masquerade, or it could have been something else. It could have been GURPS, I don't know. But there you are, that's where I stand.